dear wanderer, feel a warm welcome here. This time I will take you on a journey around our garden. We'll show you what I do to my trees during this period of the year. I do not know about you, but for me, working in the garden can improve concentration and focus. It offers a break from a digital screen and mental clutter. Spending time in the garden can enhance your life in many ways, from improving physical health and reducing stress to fostering a deeper connection with nature. We're just a week away from the summer solstice, when the daylight is the longest, at least here in Ireland. Love to spend as much time outside as possibly can, and taking advantages of the early sunrise with a hot coffee from the fire before we start to work on the trees. We will start to work on this beech forest, what I put together 4 years ago. I have wired this tree last November, 8 months ago, and now it's time to take the wire off. When taking the wire off, use both of your hands so you can maneuver the wire down safely. I use aluminium wire so it's not just easier to put it on, but helps in the removal process as well. Also using wire cutter on the problematic places. The focus here is to do the minimum damage to the living tissue on the branches. As you can see, not all the wire was taken down. Branches thicken up in different pace, and there are few reasons for that. Younger branches typically thicken more quickly compared to the older ones. The foliage mass dictates the thickening as well. More leaf you have on the branch, the more energy will be created by photosynthesis. Branches receiving more sunlight tend to grow thicker and stronger, as they can photosynthesize more efficiently. As you see, I let this tree grow this year kind of unchecked. This is the first pruning. When you let the tree grow, it will allow it to grow very strong and be on the energy positive side. So I left it till it produced almost 8 pair of leaves on each branch. So now we can come back and cut back everything to 2 living buds. Cleaning up the previous cuts helps the tree to cover the opening, forming a callus tissue around the edge of the wound. For this video, I have partnered up with Wazakura Japan. Their desire to make quality tools accessible to everyone, while keeping the old Japanese craftsmanship alive. That is why all their tools are designed and manufactured in local Japanese workshops. Using their tools for a while now, I can say that it is high quality out of the box. I will leave my affiliate link below for you if you wish to try a quality bonsai tool. This will grant you a one-time 10% off discount. Moving on to the next forest. Using aluminium wire have another advantage. When you take it off, it can be easily straightened and you can use it again. Few of you asked, when is the best time to take off the wire? Well, as you can see it here, the wire did bite in, so the trunk will keep the shape we wired it into. But not that much, so it will not leave a huge wire mark. Constantly checking your trees can help you to make this decision. With this forest, I decided to do a defoliation technique for a few purposes. First of all, as you can see, the tree got powder mildew, due to March and April being so wet. Powdery mildew is a common fungal disease that affects a wide range of plants. While it's not usually fatal, it can be harmful to the trees. Defoliation can also help increase branch ramification, improve light penetration, and air circulation. Moving on to the next tree. Last year we wired, carved, and styled it for the first time. Let's see how it's doing now. We will following the same principles as we did with the beech forest. We will take off the wire which did its job and leave the ones which needs more time. Now let's highlight the trunk with lime sulfur. Lime sulfur is a common treatment used in bonsai care for both pesticidal properties and its ability to enhance the aesthetic appearance of the deadwood. I usually do this maintenance pruning once a year, so the tree can flush out new growth before winter. But if you have a more ramified tree and you're working on tertiary branch structure, you can do it more often. Also, keeping and growing a tree in a grow box will help with vigorous growth, and it will recover much quicker after this operation. There are two different techniques when it comes to pruning. Maintenance pruning to maintain and refine the existing shape of the bonsai, what we just did on the hornbeam and the beech forest, and structural pruning, which involves more rigorous pruning to give the tree its basic shape. Let's see the structural pruning on this 3-year-old maple. Structural pruning can be done on a much bigger scale as well. This massive crabapple was cut back a few weeks ago, just after the first pale of leaf hardened off. Coming to conifers, we'll apply the same maintenance pruning, but we do not want to cut into the foliage mass randomly, instead selecting junctions of 2 pairs of branches to cut back to. Trees grown in grow boxes or directly in the ground allow them to grow and thicken the trunks on a rapid pace. So in this case, we will cut back to the main leader to increase better tapering on the tree. So I usually let it grow out, as you can see here, and then chop it back, let the new leader grow, and do it again next year. Same principle here. Let the leader grow, which helps to thicken the trunk, and when you're satisfied with the results, you can come back and chop it back again. Using Wazakura tools on a bonsai scale, it's really amazing, but let me test them out on a bit bigger job. I have planted this tree from a seed 3 years ago. Now it's time to prune it back, and let's distribute the energy from the tips of the branches back to the main structure. Let's talk a bit about what is happening in the plant when we apply pruning. 2 important plant hormones, auxin and cytokinin, are crucial in the way plants respond to pruning. Auxin is a plant hormone that primarily promotes cell elongation and is produced in the shoot's apical meristem, the growing tip of the plant, and the young leaves. And cytokinin is a plant hormone produced in roots that promotes cell division and differentiation. It works in concrete with auxin to regulate various growth processes, including development of shoots and roots. As we apply pruning on bonsai trees, we can do the same application on niwaki, or English called ornamental garden trees. Any branches shooting inwards to the structure can be pruned off, We want the branches to be up and out orientated. Same as I do on bonsai trees, we'll leave 1 or 2 pair of buds behind, leaving 2 pair of buds for safety, so if the first pair dies, we still have another pair to work with in the future. I also like to leave some foliage mass on the tree after pruning, so the sap will continue to flow between the canopy and the root system. This step is optional but not necessary with deciduous trees. Before we continue, let's sit back and enjoy the rain. After all the pruning and wire work, let's work on this cypress tree, and I will show you the method I follow when it's due to some restyling. First, I will shorten back branches, so the scale of them will be in harmony with the main trunk. Also pruning back for more ramification. Everything is growing directly up or down from the branches can be cut off as well. This will also allow light to penetrate and encourage more bud formation. Cleaning the branches will also show the trunk line of the tree. After we cleaned and pruned the tree, we can apply wire again to guide the branches the way we want them. Another big aspect in summer is watering the trees. I collect rainwater from the roof, so most of the time I can rely on. The other benefit is lack of chemicals. Rainwater is free from the chemicals often found in tap water, such as chlorine, fluoride, and chloramines, which can be harmful to sensitive plants over time. Also, rainwater typically has neutral to slightly acidic pH. Water the trees slowly and truly until water runs out of the drainage holes. This ensures that the entire root ball gets adequate moisture. Using a water can with a fine nozzle can help to avoid disturbing the soil. This also helps distribute the water evenly. The other method, what I usually use as well, is immerse the entire pot in a basin of water for a few minutes until the soil is truly soaked. Watering on a bigger scale, but here we're using rainwater as well, which is collected from the roof of the glass house, to the slightly bigger pot than a whiskey barrel. The last thing I would like to talk about in this video is fertilizing. Fertilizing bonsai trees is essential to maintain their health, vigor, and aesthetic appearance. Because trees are grown in small pots with limited soil, they rely heavily on regular fertilization to replenish essential nutrients that are quickly depleted. The three key elements of fertilizers are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen is crucial for the growth of leaves and stems. It is the key component of chlorophyll, the compound plants use in photosynthesis to convert sunlight to energy. Phosphorus is vital for root development, flower and fruit production, and overall plant maturation. And potassium is involved in the regulation of water and nutrition movement within the plant, enzyme activation, and photosynthesis. As every fertilizer is different, so I cannot talk precisely about the dosage. As that said, please follow the instructions on the manual. With all of that, I thank you for watching and staying with me till the end. See you all next time.